glad that you joined us for this really special morning. So what we're going to do for these next few minutes is tell you a little bit about Time Traveler. You know, most of you have seen some things online. You've watched our footage, you've read things in newspapers, but today you're going to get to see a few things live. We're going to introduce you to Christian Von Elverfeld from Mock Rides. We'll talk a little bit about the ride. You get to stay warm while other folks are out there in 28-degree weather. And then once we finish here, then we will take you into the ride station where you will be able to be warm. It is a temperature-controlled ride station, so you'll be able to stay warm. Now, I want to say this to you. You all obviously are incredible Silver Dollar City fans. You're incredible Time Traveler fans. And today, your being here will help us fund some of our Dream Big, Do Good programs that we'll be announcing as we move forward. So thank you for your assistance in being here. The temperature for the ride needs to be 41 degrees. And just so you know, because I'm just like you, I pull up that mobile app, and my mobile app will say that it's 41 degrees in Houston, Texas. Why aren't they running this ride? Well, it doesn't matter what the temperature is in downtown Branson or over on Table Rock Lake. It has to be 41 degrees at the ride. If we just do the hourly math of where we are right now and where we think we'll be, I would be expecting that the ride may not go up until about 10:30 or 11. So it means you're going to wait a little longer, but you'll be inside a temperature-controlled ride building, a line building, and the folks that'll be waiting behind you may not be in that building. So you're going to have to be patient, but we will get that ride up just as quickly as we can possibly get the ride up. I hope you enjoy this little program today. In case you didn't notice, the music that we're playing is all themed about time and clocks. It's the same cue music that you'll hear inside of Time Traveler. We like to have fun at Silver Dollar City with telling our stories, but making them relevant. Any of you ever see Dickens' Christmas Carol? It's a Wonderful Life. You notice how we enjoy taking those songs and that music, changing the lyrics just a little bit, yet having familiar tunes, and that just makes the music a little more fun. So we've taken that liberty with Time Traveler, so you'll hear songs by Cyndi Lauper, and you'll hear songs by Steve Miller Band, and if you don't know who they are, that's okay. but we took some of those songs and had mountain musicians play the music, so that it fits into the theme of Silver Dollar City, and we hope you enjoy that as you go through the ride experience. Where first of all, we're going to tell you a little bit about the backstory of Time Traveler, and we hope that you enjoy. And then we'll have some question and answers at the very end in case any of you would like to ask some questions. First of all, as you know, and I'm sure you have heard, it is the world's fastest, steepest, and tallest spinning coaster. Now, some may say, well, how do you know that it is the fastest, the steepest, and the tallest spinning coaster? We have a gentleman who is with us this week. His name is Dwayne Martin. He actually created Roller Coaster Database, rcdb.com. He researched every single roller coaster that has ever been constructed in the history of time. And Dwayne goes through any coaster that has any feature, and he compares all of the stats from those coasters. Through Dwayne, he helped us discover that we are the fastest, the steepest, and the tallest. So I can look at you in the eye and say, per Mr. Roller Coaster Database, we are the fastest, the steepest, and the tallest spinning coaster ever built. And we'll talk a little more about that in just a few minutes. Here's the storyline.
Speed, time, and flight. These are my tools. They say we write our own story. We create each chapter with the choices we make, the people we teach, the life we lead. My story is shaped by others, inventors and creators, great minds with visions of the future. They have captured my curiosity, pushing the boundaries of my soul further with each page.
My father inspires me each and every day. Our family has been measuring time for generations. He teaches me that every passing second provides an opportunity to make our world better.
The concept of time travel, in its simplest form, is the movement between two distinct points of time. The idea of visiting the future or the past awakens the notion that our decisions are not set in stone. There exists the ability to change. The most incredible innovations come from those who believe, those who understand that our future has no limitations.
Gravity is a state of mind, and soon the world will see our newest creation, a machine unlike any other.
We believe in each other. We believe it can be done. We know that each one of us has a unique gift to share. May we all do something that makes a difference in our families, our communities, our schools, and our churches.
Dream big, but more importantly, do good.
Dream big, do good. That is our calling.
So that's the backstory. Every attraction that we build at Silver Dollar City always has a backstory. And those stories are really important because they are what drive our theme within a queue line, within an overall ride experience. And that's the backstory. As you walk through the queue line, you're going to have some time, so don't walk so fast because you know where you're going in there, and absorb these kinds of stories and the photos and the renderings. They will help you kind of get a feel for the storyline. Two key characters in that story are Charles Henry, who is a clock maker on the streets of Silver Dollar City. He owns a clock factory, and he makes quality clocks and then ships them all over the United States. His daughter, Emmeline, is right by his side. You'll notice their names throughout the Q building, and you'll see different features, different stories, different notes that they're writing to each other, and different interactions that they have with each other. So Charles does things and he throws them out, and Emmeline will come along, kind of like some children do with their parents, and kind of correct them and tell them a little more, or maybe ask them to make some changes. But Charles Henry makes really good quality clocks, but he thinks bigger than those clocks. And he has an idea that he believes that if he does some modifications, he could create some kind of a contraption that would actually travel through time. As you enter the Q building, you'll notice that you're in a clock factory. There's the time clock, and you'll see things like you would have in a clock factory. But then as you get on the second floor, then you start noticing that Charles is thinking a little bigger and brighter and doing things a little differently. And that's where you start recognizing that, no, this man's building a time machine that allows him to travel. In addition to creating clocks, doing time machines, Charles Henry has a passion for the communities in which he serves. And he wants to do things that make a difference in those communities. And you heard that introduction to Dream Big, Do Good. What that means for us, over the course of the next few months, we'll be rolling out a program that celebrates men, women, and children that are doing great things within their communities. We'll recognize them, we'll pay tribute to them. We'll pay a special tribute to teachers who are doing great things in classrooms across America. And then we'll also have some challenges to encourage others to dream big and do good. Now, those of you who know Silver Dollar City, is there anyone in this room that hasn't been to Silver Dollar City before? Okay. I'm thinking that guy has been to Silver Dollar City before. Silver Dollar City From May 1st, 1960 through today and on into the future, we celebrate time travel. For 58 years, folks coming through Silver Dollar City have done some time travel. Jack and Peter Hershend, their mother Mary, founded Silver Dollar City May 1st, 1960. This next little video helps us tell that story of Jack and Peter and those very early days of Silver Dollar City, but help lay the groundwork for the announcement of Time Traveler, which we first announced back in August of last year.
I'm Pete Hershend.
And I'm Jack Hershend, and together we've been creating memories worth repeating for over half a century.
Since May 1st, 1960, guests of Silver Dollar City have been traveling back in time, celebrating the Ozarks' unique culture and colorful past.
While connecting to the past, we know one must also have a vision for the future. That's why we've always embraced traits like curiosity, adventure, and imagination.
We've said it for decades. You have a great past ahead of you. And yes, through our culture and theming, the good people of this park have successfully transported millions of visitors back in time. Inspiration comes from so many people and so many places. Dreamers who dare to do good things are all around us.
That's why we're excited to announce the largest themed investment ever for Silver Dollar City.
And we're glad that you're coming along for the ride.
Thank you for helping us write a new chapter in our story.
Prepare to embark on the ride of a century as great minds dare to challenge the laws of time and space. Announcing Time Traveler, the biggest attraction ever for Silver Dollar City. A revolutionary coaster ahead of our time. Never done until now. Time Traveler is the fastest, steepest, tallest, complete circuit spinning roller coaster ever, anywhere. The world's fastest, vaulting at a hair-raising 50.3 miles per hour. The world's steepest, a 10-story, 90-degree vertical drop straight down and custom engineered to have an immediate out-of-the-station gravity-driven drop down an Ozarks mountainside. The world's tallest, custom designed for mountainous terrain with its tallest point, 100 feet. The world's first and only with 3 inversions, a dive loop, a vertical loop, and a zero-G roll. The world's first and only with a vertical loop, a 95-foot tall loop. The world's first and only double launch. 0 to 47 miles per hour in 3 seconds and 30 to 45 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. Is time moving forward or backwards? No 2 journeys will ever be the same. Completely unprecedented. Time Traveler's spin is gravity-driven and controlled by a magnetic braking system, providing riders a unique thrill experience while still appealing to families. The ride launches adventurers twice while turning upside down 3 times, shattering what's known of physics, science, and reality, breaking speed barriers, and defying the laws of gravity. The most incredible innovations come from those who believe they can change our world for the better, proving anything is possible as long as you dare to dream big, do good. Get ready for a revolutionary coaster ahead of our time. Coming to Silver Dollar City, Spring 2018, Time Traveler.
Guess what? It's spring 2018, everybody. Okay, so this ride is all of that. I will tell you, when we're building it, you kind of think, is it really going to be that great? Oh my goodness, what if it's not that great? I will tell you, I've ridden it about 11 times over the past several weeks. It is an incredible ride. And I watched yesterday as a Hershon family who run from ages from 86 down to 9. Anyone who was a 51-inch height that rode that ride had a blast. It was amazing to me to watch Jack and Sherry Hershon in their mid-80s, Peter Hershon in his mid-80s, get on that ride and have a blast. Peter Hershon came into the station, and these were the words out of his mouth the first time he rode it. "Brad, we can keep it." That is a really good thing to hear. Now, let's just talk a little bit about the ride experience, because there may be some moms or dads or kiddos in here that what you just saw might startle you a little bit. That ride doesn't spin continuously 360 degrees. So please understand that. You move a little bit to the left, you move a little bit to the right, you may go in a full spin, but it's not like it's a continuous 360 degree revolution. Now, I'll show you a little bit of detail that not everybody gets to see. Anyone ever ride the teacups here or at any other park or Disney? Well, when I ride the teacups, I mean I'm riding the teacups, and I want to turn that cup as fast as I can, maybe where I can't even hold my head up. That's how fun I think those teacups are. But I don't want to do that when I'm being double launched or when I'm doing triple inversions or I'm doing the fastest, the steepest, or the tallest roller coaster. So for that reason, our good friends at Mach Rides created a control that would allow that spin to not be a constant flipping. And that was really important to the design of this ride, because we know that Silver Dollar City families want to ride this ride together, and we'll have 51-inch children, and we'll have 51-inch adults and grandparents that are riding this ride, and we want this to be highly entertaining for people of all ages. So as you get on this ride, I do not believe you will be bored. I see Mr. RollerCoasterDatabase.com right back there, Dwayne Martin. Dwayne, were you bored when you rode the ride?
Nope, not at all.
And Tim Baldwin from Amusement Today is here with us today. Tim, were you bored?
It was glorious.
Glorious. We have friends from all over the country and literally all over the world that have joined us, and we're very thankful for them being here yesterday as well as today. But the control that Mach placed on the base of every one of our time machines allows that control so that the spin is not flipping around. Now, hopefully that gives some of you who may be a little excited and anxious a little bit of peace and calm. I would like to also introduce some folks that are with us today. Andrew and Jane. Andrew Wexler, Jane Cooper. Andrew is the CEO of Hershon Enterprises. That includes all of our friends at Silver Dollar City and Dollywood, all of the related properties there, Stone Mountain Park, Wild Adventures down in Georgia, our aquarium outside of Philadelphia, and our aquarium outside of Cincinnati, and then Jane, as well as the Harlem Globetrotters, and our partnership with Jim Henson and Splash and Bubbles. In case you haven't watched that on PBS, make sure you watch that. That is a partnership between Jim Henson family and the Hershon family. Splash and Bubbles shows on PBS. And then Jane Cooper is the CEO of Hershon Family Entertainment, which includes the attraction bases, all of those parks and attractions that we operate as well. They're here, and then we have a host of friends and family that are here from Europe and from all over. And now you've joined us today, and I hope that you have a blast of a ride. I'd also like to introduce at this time Christian from Mach Rides. Christian is the CEO of Mach Rides. Mach is a company that is over 200 years old. They started building buggies back 200 plus years ago. Then they started building wagons that would carry those carnival rides of the Europeans back in the 19th century. And then as they headed into the 20th century, they started building some carnival rides, and then they started building big rides. And now you'll see how big a ride that they built. Christian, come on out.
Thank you. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Fred. Thank you very much for this wonderful introduction.
Christian, thank you. Thank you for traveling across the pond to be with us.
No, this was for sure that I came because I wanted to ride this perfect ride. And you know, when we started the project, we had many nights without sleep. You can't believe me. It was a big challenge to build a launch coaster together with a spinning. And I was not sure if this would be too much at the end, but as you explained it perfectly, Brett, that we can control the spin so it wouldn't be too much. And I had the chance to ride it yesterday several times, and each ride is different, each ride is more fantastic, so it's great. Thank you to be here. Thank you very much.
Christian, you have ridden a lot of rides in your career.
It is.
You've ridden lots of rides around the world. What about this ride is your biggest surprise?
Oh, that's a long story. Actually, I could tell about this ride many hours, but maybe short. Because when we first had the idea to combine a spinning coaster with a launch coaster, we were not sure where to build it. Normally, we would build these rides at Europa Park, at our own park in Germany. But this time, we thought, I show it to my good friend Brett, and I invited Brett and others from Herschend to Germany, and when we made tests on our Blue Fire launch coaster, and we were fascinated, and you were fascinated, so we started this project together. And you can believe me, I rode many coasters in the world, but this is something very special, and you made a wonderful story around it. This is so perfect, and when I was seeing this video before about the time traveler, about the watches, great idea, and I think this is perfect for this coaster. Thank you so much, and I think this is a big step in our company. Again, we are, as you said, more than 230 years ago, but we are still going step by step, and this is another step in our career. Thank you.
Christian, thank you. Thank you. The Mott Ride Company is actually family owned. Same family for 230 years, and as a family-owned company to a family-owned company, we appreciate each other and we respect each other for that passion for family ownership.